Hello, hello, hello to my Libras. Thank you so much for joining Queen Amun Ra for your special reading on today. I know we had a very good reading this week. I want to shed some more light on this. So I'm not sure if this is going to be an extended reading, just kind of sort of decide, as I go along to see what the universe has for us. I just want to remind everybody that we have 4 planets in retrograde right now. We have Venus in retrograde, which represents your reviewing your financial situation. We also and also love. So that means you're going to be giving your pocketbook or your bank account a review and seeing how you want to pursue and how you do things with your money. You also may be thinking about old loves. If you're not in a relationship right now and you are completely healed, you may be thinking about prospects of new love. Either way, give yourself some time and be gentle with yourself. We also have we have Venus in retrograde. We have Jupiter in retrograde, which deals with your renewing or reviewing your visions, your ideas and your belief systems, how you think about things in life. Like you may have gone through life thinking one thing, but now you want to just kind of sort of give review to a few things. I did pull a Tower card. I can't remember exactly which astrological sign it was for, but I pulled a Tower card, and the Tower card is for new beginnings. You're tearing down the old so that you can make room for new. So that could be something, even though I haven't pulled the cards yet, but these are the Mystic Monday cards that I've been using. I have some new cards coming, but again, I want to pray over those cards. I want to sage those cards. I want to clear the energy on those cards. But we're going to get started. So let's get started with your reading. Wow. Okay, so first off, we had 4 swords. We have, the swords cards are represent the air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Excuse me. This shows that you've been through a lot, because this person is in rest position. And remember, we have masculine, feminine energy. And by the way, guys, this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you're a cross watcher, welcome as well. I love for you guys to share this reading with other people so that they will be blessed also. But yeah, we have this particular card here is just showing that you've been through a lot. You're in rest position, so you've been busy, but now you're sort of in rest position, but you have that sword in your hand, and that is your protection. But again, the swords represent your journey to intellect and power. So you're wiser now, but your sword can also be used to cut people off, okay? This Knight of Wands, the Wands is for fire signs, the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This is it represents your journey to spirituality and taking action. This person is on the move. They're self-assured. They know where they want to go. Look at all the vibrant colors. They have their wand in their hand, and this guy is taking action. He's making some things happen. But again, this is masculine, feminine energy. This Two of Swords is showing that you are at an impasse somewhere in your life. Something is causing you to have an impasse. And as I look down the row of cards, I kind of have an idea already just by looking at your cards. But you're at an impasse in your life. But again, these are the Two of Swords. The swords represent Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. That's your journey to intellect and power. So there is something that is causing this impasse, this stagnation in your journey. Then we have the Queen of Swords, which is this person has too been through a lot. When you see the sword and the power and the intellect, you don't get to a position of power and intellect without having gone through some things. And I just want to make that crystal clear. You can see that this person has moved through those mountains. Sometimes mountains in our lives seems to be insurmountable, but this person was able to move through those mountains, and look how relaxed they look, how poised they are. That's you, Libra. The person is waving. They almost look like they're kissing at whoever's looking at, like looking at the crowd, like kind of sort of, with the presidential wave, the kind of pageant wave sort of thing, the queen, king wave kind of thing. But they have their sword pointing downward, almost in a non-aggressive way, but it's still in their hand just in case they need to use it. So you guys are wiser and stronger now, and you're in a place where you've earned that position. Look at the Nine of Wands here. This was the next card that I saw as I was looking down the row of cards when I first pulled the impasse card out. The Nine of Wands. Again, fire energy represents your journey to spirituality and taking action. This represents challenges in your life. You've had some challenges in your life, but look how self-assured you are with the challenges. Again, that shows that you've been through some things. You've been through some things in your life, and you're here. This is where you are. So when you get to the next set of challenges in your life, Libra, you're not afraid. This person has their hair down. They look very relaxed. They have their wand in their hand, like, okay, well, I have challenges. I've faced challenges before. No big deal. I'm just going to keep an attitude of gratitude, and I'm going to get through these challenges because I've done it before. So it's not like these are brand new challenges. They just may have presented themselves differently. And look, you have the victory. Look, this is you, Libra. You have the victory. Now, let's talk about the personality traits a little bit for Libras, because Libras are some of the sweetest people I've ever met. And some of the character traits for high vibrating Libras, because every sign has the high vibrating, the low vibration. Then you have those kind of people that kind of teeter in between, depending on what the circumstances are and what the situations are. But I really want to encourage you guys, for the high vibrating people, when you come in contact with, and you happen to learn, this is how we can help each other out, and you happen to learn that a person has your same sun sign, or it's in the charts, to share information with them, because you never know what kind of an environment people grew up in. You never know what kind of situation they're in. Like currently, a person could be as positive as ever. They could have grown up in a great environment where they're usually positive, but they could be in a situation right now. Maybe they just lost a family member. Maybe they're in an abusive marriage or relationship. Maybe their kids are out of control. Maybe the job they're on it has targeted them for some reason. And so it may seem that they're floating at a lower vibration. So when I come in contact with people, when I've learned that I share an astrological sign with the person, then the conversations begin. Because a high vibrating Libra, some of the character traits for them are that they're romantic, that they're charming, they're great listeners, they're very fair, and they're very understanding. And so certainly we have been in the company of people who are vibrating at low frequencies, right? And so they come off as, and I'm saying in general, not necessarily just Libras, but people who are floating at low vibration energy, almost always come off as negative and agitated. Something's wrong. They are sometimes aggressive or overly assertive. But some of the negative traits about the Libra who is floating at a lower vibration is that they're lazy, they're indecisive, they're unreliable, they're superficial, and they're manipulative, right? So instead of looking at it just as negative and positive, let's start giving each other the benefit of the doubt. And what I mean by that is recognizing that some days we have bad days that are completely out of our control, and some days we have good days, unexpected good days. We may have woken up on the wrong side of the bed, but then we go outside, the sun is shining. But I like to maintain a posture of gratitude. But this is to let you know, Six of Wands is letting you know that you have taken action and it paid off for you, Libra. You have taken action. You no longer look at, you realize this queen inside of you, this royalty inside of you. So let's look at it feminine, masculine energy. So it could be a king also, but you recognize this energy inside of you. You know who you are. You're self-assured. The only time that a Libra is at an impasse or seems to be indecisive is when they forget who they are. So Libra, I would encourage you to just remember all those positive attributes that I shared with you, that you are a romantic, that you're charming, you're a great listener, you're fair, you're very understanding, because when you feel like you're at an impasse about anything and you seem indecisive and off, you're sort of feeding into a stereotype that doesn't have to be true. Okay, if that makes sense to you guys. But you, again, understandably, a lot of times we don't give each other the benefit of the doubt of understanding that a lot of people, regardless of your sun sign, sun, moon, rising, or Venus, have actually been through a lot. So Libra's no different. As sweet as I think they are, their frustration may come across as being indecisive, or unreliable, or lazy. But sometimes it could simply be that they're getting a different vibe. It could be anything from depression, it could be anxiety. We don't know what it is, but it's a good thing, good thing for us to remind each other of the wonderful things that who we are. And sometimes if you don't have people around you to remind you who you are, you can remind yourself of who you are. You're an awesome person. Look at this, King of Wands. I think I got this for the Capricorn special reading. Some of you are entrepreneurs. Some of you are in an impasse about your job. Really, some of you have been so challenged on your jobs that it's just time to go. It really is. I don't think this has anything to do with the relationship. I think this has everything to do, because I did not get the devil card at all for you guys, but you have really been thinking about next steps in your life. Remember, I told you that there are several planets that's in retrograde right now, Venus being one of them, when you're thinking about love and your money, right? And so this person is an entrepreneur. This person is a leader. Your character, your positive character traits are going to work in your favor. Libra, you guys are already intelligent and you're already powerful. And I think that you have to take your rightful place. Okay? Like I said, you're very romantic. You can start a business. I mean, who doesn't like things relating to love? Like, who doesn't like to, be with like greeting card business? It could be a flower business, something that has to do with making people feel better and uplifting people, because that's really who you guys are. You guys are very understanding. You're great listeners. You're fair. So the challenges that you're facing right now, and I believe that you're facing challenges in the workplace, they are not insurmountable to you, because you've been facing those challenges. You have to use everything that you've been through in your life, Libra, to move past these challenges here. This person in this card right here doesn't even really look too worried. They don't have their hair tied up in a tight bun. They're not in a particular stance. They're just standing very calmly with the wand in their hand, looking at the challenges in front of them. So, for you, it's no big deal. You've been through challenges in your life. You know how to handle these challenges here. No big deal for you. Perfect synergy right here. Everything is aligned. Your money right here. In your entrepreneurship of moving out on your own, venturing out on your own with your new job. With your new business. I'm not going to say job. It's your business. It's your brand that you're building. Everything is going to fall in place for you. See this Three of Pentacles here? Everything, perfect synergy, perfect alignment here. This is you. Your team is in order. Everything, your people are going to be collaborating perfectly. Use the resources around you to start your new business, Libra, because it's right here. Your Pentacles. Pentacles represents your journey to money and wealth. Okay. I know, Libras, that it could cause a bit of anxiety and stress if you are not 100% certain of where you should be. But I would encourage you to use the gifts that you have to go out there and serve humanity, because of the type of heart you have towards people. See how happy you are here? You're victorious. You're already wise. Let's walk back through these real quick. You're very wise, but you keep a sword on you. And just in case you need to cut people out of your life. You need to cut things and people out of your life, okay? You have a fire inside of you. This is what this wand represents, to make things happen. You're very ambitious. You're also very, very focused, okay? This impasse only comes because of doubt that you have in your mind, that if I move beyond where my current situation is, am I going to be successful? The answer is yes. Take your rightful place. Take your rightful place. You're victorious. Victorious. And it's actually going to be better than you imagined. You have an entrepreneurial spirit already. You've already faced challenges. Use the resources that you have available to you. There are actually people in your space right now. I would venture to say, Libra, you have already been talking to some people about starting a business, if you haven't already started making the proper steps, or at least laying the groundwork. There are people in your space right now that will help you without charging you a dime. Anything you need, they're right there. They're ready to help you. Use those people. And always make them feel appreciated. You know how you Libras are. You guys are very kind-spirited people. You're great listeners. Listen to your team of people. You have your people right there. Look, Wheel of Fortune. This is karma. You, Libra, have been putting out the good energy out in the universe. And this is why it's going to work for you. You've been putting that good energy out there in the universe, and it's going to come back to you tenfold. That's what your karma is. You've been putting the good energy out. Even though Venus is in retrograde right now, and people are thinking about love, and they're thinking about their money, and they're thinking about a whole lot of other things, we have other planets that are in retrograde too, right? We have Jupiter that's also in retrograde. We have Saturn that's in retrograde, and Saturn is the Capricorn Aquarius energy. That's also a planet that are talking about reviewing love, relationship, long-term goals, all those things. So you have a lot of things going on. But in that, I think we talked about with Libra, not allowing any exes to come back into your life, and allowing them to see how successful you are from the nosebleed section. But that's true. You've been putting that good energy out there. Do not get distracted. I don't see any distraction in your cards at all. The impasse only comes from you overthinking what could happen if I step out on my own. But you have to tap into your natural leadership, right? You're an entrepreneur. It is not, you weren't even designed to work for anybody else except yourself. Okay, and so keep putting that good energy out and watch what comes back to you. It's amazing. Look, here's another thing that may be causing the impasse, right? There have been people in your life, and this is personally why I like to meditate. I really like to just isolate myself from people, and I like to meditate And I like to visualize. You have the visualization, you have the transformative meditation. There are other types of meditation, but you've had people in your life that have caused you great anxiety and stress. It could have been the people on your job where you're just like, okay, I hate this job, but this is my only source of income. If you're not willing to kind of just jump out there and just do it, but I believe there's something inside of you that'll get to the point where you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to take my savings, my 401k, or my retirement money, and I'm going to take a loan out against it, and I'm just going to go ahead and start my business. Okay, this is just confirmation. I need to start my business, because there have been people around you that have caused you a great amount of anxiety and stress. And so instead of allowing people to continue causing you anxiety and stress, there's certain things you can do, health and wellness wise. You can go see a therapist. You can start to meditate. You can go out for daily walks, getting that vitamin D. But I don't believe that that's the only thing that's for you. I believe working for yourself, starting your business, and vibrating higher is what's going to get you there. Because the downside of remaining in a space where people are causing this much anxiety, we'll see how this energy is balled up almost in a knot and just head bowed down, and just it's pretty sad, to be. That is not living your best life, Libra. You're living your best life is being the best you, which means self-care. Focusing on taking care of yourself first, so that you can remain in that positive headspace, so that you can continue vibrating at a higher frequency. You don't want to allow your environment to cause you to be indecisive, unreliable, superficial, or even to seem lazy, because that's something that depression can do. Depression can make you just feel like you want to sleep all the time, and that is not living your best life, Libra. Okay, so you're also in a reflective state. Okay, this is a judgment card, which is a Scorpio card, and the Scorpios are water sign, and represents your journey to emotions and creativity. So again, reiterating the fact that you're taking a long, hard look at things. And again, planets being in retrograde. Like I said before, you have Saturn in retrograde. You're really thinking about reviewing some things. Jupiter being in retrograde, you're also thinking about and reviewing some things. You also have Uranus in retrograde right now, where you're thinking about inner freedom. And what is inner freedom going to do for you? It's going to allow you to soar high, just like this, the Six of Wands here. This is what we have. You being victorious, hands raised in the sky, legs crossed, freedom finally, right? Freedom to live your best life. But guess what? Here's the last card that we have. I'm going to pull one more card, but here's the last card so far, the Ace of Swords, right? This right here is clarity. It's clarity, it's power, it's pure power, and it's your breakthrough. So Libra, if you have been thinking about starting a business, you had the ideas, you've been laying out the groundwork, even if it's in your mind, you've been laying out the groundwork, you're like, you know what, I think I could do that. And I think I could fill that slot. I think what people fail to realize is that there's really enough in the universe for everybody to win. Okay, so when you start your business, there is a demographic for your business. There are a group of people specifically that you can target, that you are going to be exactly where you want to be. But this is where you are already. You're already victorious. You're already victorious. One of the things that, but again, this is a breakthrough card. This stands for breakthrough and pure power and clarity. Everything is crystal clear. You know, you sat around, you gave it some thought about the people in your past, because they're past now. These are people in your past who caused you a great deal of anxiety and stress. Okay, we're speaking it into existence right now. These are people from your past, not currently right now. even if you're sitting on your job today. I think most people are working from home because of COVID-19. But even if you are teleworking or working from, teleworking, and these people are causing you stress, they're in the past because you have already decided, I'm going to start my business. Here's you reflecting. Look, this is a clear pathway. You have the whole universe behind you, the sun and moon behind you. Mountains are on the side, but they're not standing in your way. Look at this. Judgment card. Scorpio energy. Your journey to emotions and creativity. You've been through enough, Libra. You've actually been through enough. I don't see this as, because I think we already talked about an ex, and I think that you already decided I'm not going backwards. But this is your breakthrough. I'm going to pull one more card to finish this out. Look at this. King of Swords. King of Swords. This represents your journey to intellect and power. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This is you. Masculine, feminine energy. You have mastered these emotions. You have the power, the intellect to be the king. You are in charge of your business. You're in charge of your life. Everything is, like I said before, I think if I recall correctly, Libra, I remember telling you guys to allow your ex to watch you win from the nosebleeds. Okay? Your ex is really going to regret whatever it is they did. And this is not a time to, smirk at them or say, I told you so. You'll be too busy in your business to even focus on what they're thinking or what they're going through. Because you've gone through all the healing that you needed to go through. And look, this is where you end up. The King of Swords. Powerful and wiser, smarter, a better business person. This is you, Libra. Go for it. Go for it. This has been a wonderful reading for you guys. I don't see anything in these cards about a new love or anything on the horizon. This is your time, Libra, really to focus on you. Especially if you're single and you just got out of a relationship or you've been out of a relationship for a while. I've said it 1,000 times, not to allow Venus being in retrograde, excuse me, to confuse you. Not just Libras, this is all of my astrological signs. This is the time to focus on yourself. Put yourself first. Self-love, self-care, making yourself whole. Focus on your money. Focus on your mental health. Focus on your body. Focus on you. 150%. Now, obviously, if you're married or you have children, you still can focus on self-care. You have to give a little bit more time to your mate, your spouse, or your partner, and maybe your children. But you should never neglect yourself. This is about living your best life, Libra, and this is saying it right here. Anything that's an impasse or challenge in your life is something that is not insurmountable. This is you right here, 9 of Wands. You've already faced the challenges. You're not even stressed. You're like, you know what? I got this. I don't care if there are challenges right in front of me. I got through those challenges before. Because, like I said, if you were stressed, you kind of sort of being down in a kneeling position almost, trying to figure out, how do I navigate through this? You're not even thinking about how to navigate through it. You're not even stressed at all. Not at all. You already know you're a natural born leader. You already know that you're an entrepreneur. You already have, like I said, the Wands cards, where the King of Wands and the 9 of Wands. You have, your spiritual journey has given you the intuition, the guidance, and where you need to go. You also have a fire under you where you're actually taking action. That's a wonderful thing. And you have your team already in place. You already have people out there that's just ready to get started. They're just waiting on you, really. You put the good energy out there in the universe, it's coming back tenfold. You haven't said anything bad about your ex, at least not recently. You don't have to say anything bad about the people that you work with. It can be, I deserve better. Really, you have to decide in your mind, I deserve better. I deserve better in love. I deserve better in my career. You know what? I'm out. I got my money together. Okay, I have my plan together. I'm out. No more distressing. No more anxiety and depression for you when it comes to other people causing you this kind of anxiety and stress. That's why you have this big sword right here. You're cutting people out. That's why you have these swords right here. They may have thrown daggers at you to try to keep you depressed and oppressed, but oh no, they didn't realize that when you got to your quiet time, Libra, and you started thinking about some things and started reflecting on some things and remembering who you were, you say, oh no, it's a breakthrough. It's time to go. I don't have time for the foolishness anymore. It is time for me to rise up and be who I was called to be. That's the reading I have for you, Libra. Wow, I'm excited for you. I actually have the chills. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Just remember who you are and go for it. Just remember who you are and go for it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been Queen Amun Ra for Libra's special reading on today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Pass the information on. I'm quite sure there are other people out there that would love to hear it. If you're a cross watcher, welcome and thank you for listening. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.